Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
We now performed one of the major tasks in programming called the looping. We told you how we can make our cat recite the multiplication tables. Well, we made our cat do some mental exercise, you see. It is time for us to make her do some physical exercise. We will make her move back and forth by using our programming skills. Okay, friends, see, I have written a very long code. Very patiently, I have tried writing this code. What exactly is this code? Look at this. Initially, I am going to move 20 steps. Take a half a second break there and then come back 20 steps. Half a second pause. Go ahead 40 steps. See, it's like first day, the cat moves 20 steps and then comes back. Next, it goes 40 steps and then comes back. 60 steps, comes back, minus 60 steps. 80 steps and then comes back, and so on. As you can see, so on. Move 100, minus 100, move 120 and then minus 120, which means come back. Move 140 and then come back. 160, 180, 200 and then come back. As you would have guessed, if you have guessed, this cat will now keep moving ahead like this incrementally. Will get bolder and bolder and move away from her house. She'll try going as far as possible. Let's see how this works by double clicking on this. Double click, ahead, back, ahead, back, go ahead, back, go bolder and bolder, go 20 steps ahead, and finally stop once you reach 200 steps. Correct? Let's do this once again and then watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So 20 steps, 200 steps, which is 10. Perfect. Now I have a question for you all. She is doing basically 10 aheads and 10 backs in succession, right? Is there any way I can use a repeat loop and then put something so that the same thing can be achieved by making her do something 10 times without going through this ordeal of writing this big a code? Now what am I trying to say? Is there any way you can use this and reduce this to a smaller code? Because it looks like we are repeating the same stuff, but these values are changing. Correct? How do we go about it? Can you now figure out by looking at all the options here if you can do this all by yourself? We strongly suggest that you spend at least 15 to 20 minutes time figuring out how you can achieve the same thing using the repeat loop. If you cannot solve it, get back and continue watching the videos. So I hope you people tried doing what I asked you to do, right? If you didn't, don't worry, we are there to help you. So how do we go about this? Here we are going to help you out with understanding of this really involved computer science concept. The question that I asked in my previous video clip is not a very straightforward one. If you are not into programming already, you should have found it very difficult to even understand what I was asking you to do. So don't worry, listen to me carefully. Let's go step by step. Firstly, let me teach you what is this data thing here. Click on it, you will get these two things. Click on make a variable and you will be asked to type in a variable name. Let me now type a variable name as a number, NUM, and click on OK. So you see a num gets created here, it is assigned 0, and a num also sits here. Pull it and keep it here, double click on it, you will get its value 0. So num is 0. I can set num to some number, put this here, set num to 10. When you do this and then execute this, number is now 10. You see, it's updated to 10 here, and when you go here and double click on this, it will say 10. It will say 10, correct? Now, when you say change num by 1 and execute that, num initially was set to 10 and then you changed it by 1, which means by 1 means what? You incremented 10 by 1 and you get 11. Double click on num, you will see 11. Correct? Let us double click on this once again. See, this is just like, these are all blocks of instructions that you are giving. Right? Num is 11 now. The moment you double click on this, I double clicked, go back, you will see 12 here. Come back, double click, it becomes 13. Double click, 14. Double click, 15. So what do? Look at this. I will go to this control and take a repeat loop and put this here. Can you guess what's going to happen now? I repeat, num was 15 and I'm going to change num by 1 10 times. When I double click on this, you see the computer is going to very quickly execute this piece of instruction 10 times. Now that's a very subtle thing. You may want to pause the video and think what's happening here, or even parallelly try doing what exactly I'm trying to do here. Right? It's not so easy. At the same time, not very difficult. It takes time for this to sink in. I double click on this and you will see the magic happen. I double click, num is 15. Now I'm going to double click this. Double clicking, yeah, I did it. Now immediately this became 25. Why? That's because num got incremented by 1 10 times. If I make this 50, then num gets incremented by 1 50 times. And so when I double click on this, I meant to double click by the way, but if I double click on this, num will get incremented by 50, which means this should become 75. Let me see. Double click, boom, this became 75. Now what is more beautiful about this is these things happen really fast. How fast? I'll put 1000 here and you will see how quickly this becomes incremented by 1000. 1000, num will get incremented 1 by 1 1000 times, and hence this should become, yes, 1075. Now ready? Let's double click. Double clicked, quickly this became 1075. That's why computers are very fascinating, and programming a computer is all the more fascinating because the power is in your hands to make it compute, and it computes really fast, very fast. Correct? Okay, so now let me do something. I will set the number to 0. Okay, this is part of this code now. Let me remove this. This doesn't matter. Double clicking on it, as I told you, will show you the existing number's value, but that's there here itself, so we needn't worry. Let me keep it here so that you can see it properly, and let me remove this. This is not useful. Now what will happen if I press this? Number will be assigned 0, and then number will increment 1 at a time and will become 1000. And these things will happen so fast that you will not even notice what's happening. Double click here, you see it became 1000. Correct? Now let us go slowly and see what is happening here. You'll be surprised that this is so easy to do. Go to control, go to wait, and plug in wait here. Now you all know what is going to happen, right? Set number to 0, change number by 1, wait for 1 second, so you can peacefully see how this changes 1 by 1 with a second's pause in between. All of you, I'm sure, would have guessed what this is going to do. Let us double click and see what exactly it does. Double click, and here it starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. You see this? It's now incrementing. It will go on like that till 1000. I don't have so much time, so let me just stop this, come back. Instead of 1000, let me make this just 20 and then see what happens. So double click on this once again. 1, 2, 3. You see, this will go on till 20. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see, as you can note, you are basically creating a counter which changes one number every second. So basically this takes 20 seconds, correct? 20, there you are, hip hip hooray. So we wrote our first neat code, correct? So this is what loop does. It helps you, it gives you the power to repeat something repeatedly for a designated amount of time. Please note one thing that you should do and another thing you should not do. One thing you must do is you should pause and then write your own codes. Try to play around, not just do what exactly we did, but do a lot more than what we are showing. Play around and use all these things and try to understand what is what. You can always click on, let's say you didn't understand what is wait for 1 second, right click on it, you will get a help, click on it, and there you are. You get all the details about that particular command. Wait specified number of seconds, then continues with next block. With an example here. Correct? Let's close this. So you should try doing this. That is what you are supposed to do. And what you are not supposed to do is simply stick to what we are explaining. You should not be doing that. We are using examples to explain things so that we motivate you to explore more stuff. So please go ahead and explore a lot more things here before going any further. Only then can you understand programming really well. So let's get back to our original question. I was just trying to teach you something that's going to come very handy in solving this problem. What problem? The cat is trying to go ahead and come back and then keep going ahead and keeps coming back, and then it incrementally keeps moving like this, and it gets brave and brave with time, right? How do we program that using a repeat until loop? How do we avoid writing a huge code for it? Remember, it was going 20 steps at a time. 20 first, 40 next, and then back, 60 next, and then back. So let us try doing that using repeat until. The repeat loop. Okay, so I'll take this repeat loop and then put here. And 10 times I will make him go ahead. How do I do that? Motion, move 20 steps. Instead of 20 steps, I'll say 20 steps times 1, 20 steps times 2, 20 steps times 3. How do I do that? I mean, that sounds a little complicated. Let me figure this out on Scratch. How do I do this? Let me go to data, create a variable called steps. Steps is the number of steps that the cat takes. And yeah, there you are. Steps gets created. And initially the steps will be 20, and then I'm going to change steps by increments of 20, which means what does this do? You see what this does? We discussed this. When you double click on this, you see this segment of code now is different, this segment of code is different. When you double click on this, only this gets executed. You all know that by this time, correct? So when I click on this, initially steps gets assigned by 20. Okay, double click, steps is assigned by 20, and steps is changed by another 20, which is 40. Okay, and next if I again continue to say change steps by another 20, it becomes incremented by another 20. Again if I say set, let me delete this, change steps by 20, it will again get incremented by 20. Well, once again, I need to give control, wait for a second between stuff so that I can see what's happening. Correct? So, what will this do? All of you. It's only obvious. Once I click on this, steps get set to 20. Go back, see. In 1 second it becomes 40, 1 second 60, 1 second 80, and then it stops. That's precisely what I want this code to execute and give me output like this. Correct? This is what I expected, and that's precisely what it's doing right now. Correct? Now, what if I put this in a repeat loop? What happens? 10 times this entire thing gets executed. What gets executed? That sounds very complex, you see. Let me just keep it aside. This is not using, we are not using this, although we'll soon come to this. Cat, go back. Okay, let me execute this. What will this give me? Repeat 10 times this entire thing. Double click. Let me see. 20, 40, 60, 8, 20, 40, 60, 80 is not visible because I am not putting a weight here. Let me put that here. 40, 60, 80. 20, 40, 60, 80. It keeps doing this 10 times. Correct? As simple as that. But then, what if I want this up to, let's say, 1000? How do I do this? I initially set steps by 20 and wait for a second and change steps by 20, and then let me remove these things and put a weight here. But then I will not set this to 20 here itself. See what I'm doing slowly and patiently. I will set steps to 20, but then repeat this 10 times so that it keeps incrementing 20 at a time. What does this do? Let's see. Double click on this. You will see 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and so on. 120, 140, 160, and 180, and finally 200. Correct? 220. Oh, it goes on. It's 10 times, right? So it's the last one is actually 220. We start with 20, so it's 220. Figure this out. Look at this code and see what it does. It simply starts from 20 and ends in 220. What is the motive? What exactly am I doing? I had to move this cat incrementally, right? Of what use is all these things? Now we're going to use this. We're going to use this and make this cat move the way we want her to move. Let's go back to this repeat and keep it here. And what do I want the cat to do? I want basically a variable set steps to 20 to come here. Set steps to 20, and then what? I want her to move 20 steps ahead. Okay, instead of 20, I want to put steps here. What do I mean by steps here? I will take steps here and put this here. Please note what I'm doing. This is a very neat thing in Scratch, a nice facility in Scratch. You set steps to 20 and you move 20 steps. Let's just execute this. Let's see what happens. 10 times. Click. She keeps moving ahead. That's what is expected. Let me put a pause of 1 second. What happens now? To pull her back. What happens now? Double click. She moves. 10 steps, 10 steps, 10 steps. Steps is 20. Move by 20 steps and then wait for a second. Okay? Keep doing this. I can consider doing the following. Keep this here and then keep this here so that you set steps to 20 and then move 20 steps and then wait for a second. Move 20 steps. Correct? I was assigning steps to 20 here every time. That's not required. Initially, if you assign, that should be enough. Double click. Ahead 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, so on 10 times. Let's watch her walk. 20, 20, and then she stops after 10 movements. Correct? Now what do we want? We want her actually to go by 20 steps and come back by 20 steps. You see? So now what I should do is I should go back, motion, move 20 steps ahead and move back a few steps. Please note, this steps is a built-in thing here. I mean, by that I mean steps here means the cat should move so many steps. We are also calling the variable steps here. Don't be confused about it. Right? These two are actually different things here. Okay? So now she must move back by 20 steps. How do we do that? Go to operators. There's a very nice facility here. What is that? I can do a multiplication of two things. Correct? I want to multiply -1 with, go to data and take steps, put that here. I can multiply steps by -1. What do I mean by that? If steps is 20, steps times -1 is -20. So I make her move -20 steps. So 20 steps ahead, 20 steps behind. When I click on this, let me remove all these things. These are not required. Let me delete them. Okay, when I double click on this, you see what happens? She keeps going back and coming forward. Going back and coming forward. I can put a second pause here to make her go up, go ahead, come back, go ahead, come back. She will do this 10 times. Come back, up, come back twice, up, come back, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Correct? Okay. So she's doing, we are almost there. But what exactly? You remember what exactly we wanted her to do? We wanted her to go ahead 20 steps, come back 20 steps, go ahead 40 steps next. So, what do? Come back to data. Think I should use change steps by 20. Okay, people, this is probably the place where things are getting slightly complicated. And I'll tell you the reason why it's getting complicated. It's because I'm going slightly fast. Of course, it is lecture videos, but you have the liberty to pause the video and think about what I'm saying. If you don't do that, I'll be going on fast, right? So, based on your taste and pace, you may want to pause the video and then try yourself how exactly you can make this cat move ahead and come back and incrementally keep doing this. So, what does this code do? Set steps by 20, repeat this 10 times, move steps, number of steps. That steps is actually 20, so move 20 steps. Steps is the same 20, so move 20 steps. Wait for a second and move 20 steps in reverse direction, minus 20 steps. Pause and then change steps by 20 means steps is no more 20, it becomes 40 here. And then come back and start from here. You see, I don't again assign steps 20 here. I come back here and then continue. What is steps now? It is actually 40. So wait for a second. You will move for 40. Wait for a second and then move back by 40 and so on. And you'll be surprised to see that this is precisely what we wanted our cat to behave like. Double click. 20 ahead, 20 back, 40 ahead, 40 back, 60 ahead, 60 back, 80 ahead, 80 back, 100 ahead, 100 back, 120, minus 120, 140, minus 140, 160, minus 160, 180, minus 180, 200, minus 200. Now that was tiring, right? But the cat doesn't get tired simply because it's a computer program. You can make her move the way you want her to move. Okay? Now, can you play around these numbers here and make her move really fast and many number of times? I leave it to you. So let's do one thing. You can in fact take some other object here, not necessarily a cat. How about taking an aeroplane and making it take off? Exactly. So it will go for some time on the ground and then take off, go for some time in air and then land, let's say. How would you do this? Forward, okay. Change the angle of the aeroplane gradually, maybe. Perfect. Change the angle, perfect. Straight. I told you should also land.
Yeah, and then rotate it again.
Rotate back.
And then land it down.
Land it down. You must ensure that you don't land like this. Gradually come like this and then go ahead. Okay. Shall we try to see if we can do it or not? Okay. Perfect.
So let us try to build a program for aeroplane taking off and then landing. So first of all, what we need to do here is we have cat as the sprite here and we need aeroplane. So how can you do that? In Scratch you have many different options of sprite. Here you can go to new sprite. You can choose any sprite from the library. So I'll just do that. Just click on it and see how many sprite you have. You can choose any one, any sprite that you want. So here, since we need aeroplane, I'll just click on it. You just double click and you'll get the sprite here on your Scratch screen. Now we have aeroplane and the cat sprite here. So we need only aeroplane. So I'll just delete the cat sprite here. Just right click on the sprite and select option delete. So here is the aeroplane and I want to reduce its size since it won't fit into the screen of Scratch. So you can even increase the size of the sprite as well as decrease the size of the sprite. And now but I want to shrink it, so I'll just use shrink. There are two options here, as you can see. One is grow and another is shrink. So I'll use shrink here. Just choose it and click on the sprite, and yes, it is shrinking. So here we have the sprite. Yeah, I think this is the perfect size for the aeroplane so that it can fit into our screen. Okay, so I think you know how the aeroplane takes off and then lands. So let us try to build the program for this, Scratch program for this. So first of all, what do we need to do here is we have to move the aeroplane on the runway. Yes, we have to move the aeroplane on runway. So I'll just click on the motion category and we have move options. So first of all, I'll just click here, move 10 steps. Okay, so maybe I want to move it 20 steps or 15 steps, say. So let us try to do that. It will just move 15 steps. But since we need aeroplane, we need to show aeroplane running on the runway, I'll use move with the delay option. How can you do that? So first of all, I'll just say move 5 steps, and then I'll insert a delay, and then move 10 steps and insert delay, and then move 10 steps, insert delay. In this way you can see the aeroplane moving on the runway. I'll just show you what is the difference. Here if I just enter move 15 steps, here we have it will just move 15 steps. But if I enter move 5 steps and then insert some delay, then I insert 1 second delay, and after that I insert move 10 steps, then how it will move? Let us see. Here move 5 steps, move 10 steps. Here you can see the aeroplane moving, and it looks good to see the aeroplane moving this way on the runway rather than just having 15 steps in one go. So for that you have to insert a delay. How can you insert delay? With wait option. And where is the wait option? Wait option comes in the control category. In control category you have wait 1 second. Okay, in this way you can make the aeroplane move on the runway. First of all, we have to move the aeroplane on the runway, and that is done. So what is the next thing to do? Then we have to rotate the aeroplane, yes, by some degrees. So here we have turn 15 degrees. So I'll just use this option. I'll just say turn 15 degrees here. Since it has to rotate on the left side, I'll just use this option here. You have to turn the aeroplane by 15 degrees. After that I'll again like to insert a delay. So I'll just insert wait 1 second. After that it should move some steps. So I'll just write move 10 steps. Yes. So let us have a look. How does it look like here in Scratch? First of all, move 5, move 10, then rotate, and then move 10 steps. Yes, it looks perfect. So let me try to run it again so that you get a clear idea of how it is functioning here. First of all, move 5, then 10, then rotate, then again move 10. Yes, this looks perfect. This is how aeroplane should take off. Yes. So here we have the aeroplane taking off. After that, once the plane has rotated by 15 degrees, after that what we can do here is we can move it by some steps. We can move the aeroplane by say 100 steps. For that what you have to do here is, for that I'll again like to insert a delay here. So let us insert a delay, wait 1 second. and then I'll again go to the motion category, and I have to move the plane by 100 steps. So instead of 10, you write 100 here. Okay. Now we are done with rotating and moving the aeroplane in the air. Okay. Once it has reached that position, let us try to run this piece of code. It rotates, then it moves 10 steps, and then it moves 100 steps. So now our aeroplane is in air. Now again, what should we do? We should rotate it by 15 degrees. So again, we have to rotate the aeroplane by 15 degrees. For that, I'll again insert a delay here so that it looks kind of real. And now I have to rotate it. So last time we rotated it left hand side, now we'll rotate it to the right hand side. So we'll use this option, turn 15 degrees. After that, what should we do? We should move the aeroplane by some steps in the air after it has been rotated. So just move 10 steps. After that, again insert a delay, wait 1 second. So I'll just run this piece of code so that you can get a clear idea of what is happening over here. Yes, so let us try to run it. Move 5 steps, move 10 steps, then rotate, then move 10 steps, then again 100, then rotate, and then move 10 steps. This is how aeroplane is working here. Now we have the aeroplane in the air. It is moving in the air. For that, to make it look real, what you have to do here is we have to move it by say 20 steps and then wait for some time, then move 20 steps and then wait for some time. I'll insert this code again and again so that it looks real, that the plane is moving in the air. So let us do that. I'll just write here, move say like this is wrong. Here I'll just write move 20 steps, then wait for 1 second, then move 20 steps again and wait for 1 second, okay. I'll insert it again, move 20 steps and then wait for 1 second. Okay, once more we have to insert it, move 20 steps and then wait for 1 second. Okay, so now our aeroplane is moving in the air. Okay, let us try to run this piece of code so that you can get a clear idea of what is happening. Move 5 steps, move 10 steps, then turn, then move 10 steps, then move 100, turn, move 10, 20, 20, 20. So it has moved 20 steps 4 times, that means it has moved 80 steps. Okay. Now we have to, in order to land the aeroplane, we have to again rotate it. So I'll just use the option of rotate here. What we have to do here is we have to turn the aeroplane by 15 degrees again. So we have to turn the aeroplane again by 15 degrees. So I'll just use it, turn by 15 degrees and then move 10 steps also with that. After that, you should wait for 1 second. Wait for 1 second, say. And then what we have to do here is we have to move the aeroplane down in the downwards direction. So you have to move the airplane down. So I'll just move the airplane by some steps here. So I'll just write move say 50 steps here. After it has moved 50 steps here, then you have to again rotate the aeroplane. After it has moved 50 steps, you have to again rotate the aeroplane. So what do we need to do with that? For that you have to use the turn option. So then, as in always, insert some delay and then use the turn option. You have to turn it by 15 degrees and then you have to move 10 steps again and then wait for some time. After it has rotated, now it is on the runway again because it is landing. Since it is landing, then you have to move it by some steps. It is your choice how much steps that you want to move here. I'll just use move 10 steps here and then wait for 1 second. Wait for 1 second. Then again I'll move it by 10 steps. So let us try to run this again and see how this aeroplane is taking off and landing. So it goes up in the air, then it moves there for some time and then it rotates and comes back. See, we did a mistake here. While taking off we moved it by 100 steps, but while landing it is only moving by 50 steps. So what we'll do, I'll again insert move here and this time I'll move it by 50 steps so that it looks real. And again you have to insert a delay so that it doesn't appear as crashing on the ground. So again we'll run it, double click on it and run. Yeah, it is going ahead in the air, then straight for some time, about 80 steps, then it has coming down and then again come down, and now it is on runway again. So this is how you can make the aeroplane take off and land in Scratch through a Scratch program. But you can see that there are many repetitive instructions here. We are using, for example, here we are rotating it by 15 degrees, then moving it by 10 steps, then again we are using this code again and again. So what we can do here is we can actually group them in a repeat loop. I hope you are already familiar with the loop concept here. So what will we do? We'll group the repetitive instructions here so that it becomes easy for us to write the program and the program becomes short. So what we will do here is for the repetitive instructions we'll just group them in one loop. I'll just use the repeat loop here. For example, here we have move 5 steps, then wait, then move, then turn, then wait, move, then move by 100 steps, then wait. So we can't insert a repetitive loop here because here we are moving by 10 steps and in the next step we are moving by 100 steps. Then turn, then move, wait. Here we can insert a repeat loop here because we are moving 20 steps 4 times, so we can insert a repeat loop here and we can repeat it 4 times, this set of instructions, move 20 steps and then wait for 1 second. After that we have to move again, turn, then move, turn and then move, and then we have to move again and again. So I'll just insert a repetitive loop here, a repeat loop here 4 times in place of this instructions. So what will I do is I'll just copy this. What we have to do, just duplicate it and keep it here. So I'll just insert a repeat loop here in place of move 20 and wait 1 second. Okay, so what will I do here? I'll just take this loop, and what we have to do, we have to repeat it 4 times. Yes, and you can now delete this and insert it here. So let us now see how this program with repetitive loop works. So let us see, it is moving, then again in the air, then straight 1 2 3 4. Yes, perfect. Then it is coming down and then landing. Yes. So as you see, this program is same as this program, but the length is somewhat shorter because we used a repeat loop here. So let us now get back to sir and see what is happening at the other end.
So you people saw that we could make a cat move. Scratch gives you a whole lot of possibilities. In fact, I can make you people move. You want to see how? So what we'll do is we will take a picture of Ravi Kiran and make him do exercise by writing a piece of code. In fact, you'll just give me 2 poses. I'll take a picture of these 2 poses, and then I'll ensure that I'll make you move around so much that it looks like you're exercising. Okay? So get up, let's take a picture.
Hello everyone. In the video we saw that we took the photo of Ravi's so that we can create a simple Scratch program where he is exercising. So we took 2 photos of him. Let me show you. So these are the first. In the first photo he is standing, and the next photo is he's waving his hand. His hands are on 180 degree and legs are stretched. So we are going to use these 2 images to create a simple exercising program. So we will make Ravi jump and exercise using these 2 images. So let's see this. So what I will do, this is I've opened my Scratch profile. You can see that there is a sprite, okay, which is the default sprite that is a cat. Instead of this, I need Ravi's picture so that I can use it. So what I will do, I will hide this. You can right click on it and hide this sprite. And here you can see there is an upload button. You can upload your own images and create sprite from there. So I will upload the Ravi's image. One is this. Okay. You can see since this image is rotated in left side, I need to rotate it 90 degree right. So for that I will go to the info. You can see there is an eye icon. I will go there and I will rotate it. That's it. Okay, so this is done. Let me hide it for the time being. Let me upload the next image. This is there. Again, this is also rotated in 90 degree left. So now I need to rotate it 90 degree right. So I will go to the info, rotate it 90 degree. Awesome. This is done. Let me show this. Okay. Let me hide this. So what I am doing is I am hiding it, showing it, hiding it, showing it. So when I do, you can see that it looks like he is exercising. He is getting to a different position. See, so it looks like an animation. If I do it a little bit fast, then it will look like he is actually exercising. So we can create such kind of animations through images. This is what actually animators do. They create different still images and then they play it in a very high frame rate so that it looks like that the person is moving, is actually moving. It looks to our eyes that a person is actually moving. So this is exactly what we are going to do. So I will be using this sprite only. So whatever function I am going to put, I'll put on this sprite only, this the second image. So what I will do, I think you got the intuition what I am going to do. So I will create a repeat block here. Okay. What I will do, I'll go to the motion. Let me check where are the show. Okay. Show and hide is there. So first I will hide this image. Okay. And after this I will show the image. Let's try this. I'm going to do this for 10 times. Okay, it looks like nothing is happening, but actually so many things are happening. But since there is no delay in the between, it looks like he's on the still, but it went too fast that it looked that he's on single position. So what I'm going to do, let me first show and then hide. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a delay. Let me see where is the delay. Okay, wait. After showing, wait for 1 second, and after hiding also wait for 1 second. Okay, now let's see this. Awesome. Great. So this is all what we are going to do. So it looks like that he is actually exercising, but we know that only using the images we did this. We didn't do anything. So such kind of animation is easily possible in Scratch, and you can do a lot of things in Scratch by such simple techniques which people know. So you can create your own animation, you can create your own series of images. You can have a series of images and you can have a beautiful animation through this beautiful tool which is Scratch. You can download this Scratch also. For example, I am using this offline. You can see that Scratch 2 offline editor on the Mac. So you can download this Scratch tool in your PC and you can use it offline also. Thank you.
Okay, so that was so much fun seeing Ravi Kiran work out. Ravi Kiran, I think you should not play this animation for the morning's exercise replacement.
Definitely use that.
I don't think you will lose any calories. If you keep watching them, you will probably gain calories. So what you should do is maybe use it as a reflection, motivation. He looks so energetic when he does the jumping jacks, you see. So when you do jumping jacks, you might lose out on energy after 2 or 3 minutes. But if you play the animation, the energy looks intact. Maybe it can be seen as your mirror reflection and it can work out. Maybe you should try doing that. Okay, how about you doing an exercise problem right now? Why don't you do what is called a knee rise? A knee rise is you should lift your left knee, put it back, and then a right knee. It will look like stationary jogging. Okay, one. Another one is you should try moonwalking. Animation for moonwalking. You know what is moonwalking? Have you seen Michael Jackson do a moonwalk? Moonwalk is about it appears as though you're walking forwards, but you will actually be moving backwards. Okay? Try taking a couple of pictures and try making it appear as though you're moonwalking. Second exercise.